This meeting.
Yes, okay. So let's start on. And since this is our very first batch for the paid student, so I'll just continue on with my first topic that we started, that is pattern printing, and we will try to finish it in a day or two. Okay, so the questions I have discussed so far is for your n equals to 5. I have also discussed, let's suppose n is equals to 5, and you have to print this pattern. I hope everyone is able to recall this. And if anyone has missed these classes, you can just go to the YouTube and see the recorded videos. You will be able to find them. Clear, everyone?
Can we unmute and or just
Yeah,
chat?
you can like unmute and participate while discussion, but like if I'm explaining any concept, at that moment you just keep your question to yourself that for that moment, okay?
Okay, fine.
Okay. So you all can also write the program for, let's suppose your n is given as 5. So we discussed this program as well in one of the classes. Correct? I hope everyone is able to recall them. Yes. Now, for today, our question is, if you have been given, just a moment. If you have been given, let's suppose a pattern as the number given to you as 5, and your pattern looks something like this. Okay, this is your pattern. Then how you are going to solve this? What are the approaches that you're going to apply to this particular question so that you can print the exact pattern?
So can I talk about how to approach this problem? I think you're on mute.
Oh, sorry. I'm saying that I have just told this question. So let everyone think about it for a minute or two, and then we will discuss that what can be the approach for this. Okay. Is it clear now?
Oh,
Vishnu,
yes. Yes,
okay.
yes, yes.
So everyone think about that how can we print this particular pattern? Everyone's approach, I want to hear that at least what you thought in your mind to approach this particular problem, okay? So I'm giving you a minute, think about it and then give your answers. You can give it on the chat and you can unmute and like tell me your approach, okay? Both will work. Yeah, so guys, now if you have thought anything, You can just tell me your approaches and then we will proceed to the given problem.
So there'll be two for loops.
Don't explain your approach in that manner, Vishnu, because
Okay.
it's like everyone will be thinking in a programmatical way. Just tell your logic first.
Okay. So I see that the first row will have 4 blanks and 1 star, and
Correct.
progressively it will go from 5 to 0 or
Mhm.
5 to 1, and the star will keep on increasing.
Yeah.
That's my logic. Yeah.
Okay. So everyone, as Vishnu said, that this particular problem looks like the problem which I just told you for n equals to 5. But this triangle is like you can say 180-degree rotated, right? If you see them, they look like the mirror image of each other. Yes, you can clearly see. If you see in the mirror of like see in the mirror this particular triangle, you will get this particular image. Everyone able to follow this? Everyone able to follow this? Okay. So, but the thing is here, it was like started printing from the start of the line. Like here it is printing the first star in the very first position. But here it is not the case. Here it is printing the spaces and then printing the star after all these spaces. So you know that in the command line, it always starts printing from left to the right, correct? It can't start printing from right to left. So that's why here you have to take the spaces into consideration. While here also it was spaces, but since it is on the right, so we need not to take care of it. Is it clear to everyone?
Yeah, this much is clear.
All right. Vishnu, if like you have to answer this as yes or no, it's better. You can use the chat box. It will be better. Okay. And yep. So here, as I told you, we always have to look towards the rows and the columns. So if you notice here the rows, you can see there are total 5 rows. And you will notice here there are 5 columns. All right. Any relation you can find out here? If you find out, you can see that number of stars in each row is equals to the row number. Yes or not? If your row number is 1, number of stars are 1. If your row number is 2, number of stars are 2. And similarly, it is increasing. Correct? Again, now coming on the number of spaces. So, on the very first row, how many number of spaces are there? 4. On the second row, how many spaces are there? I am talking about number of spaces. Okay. So here it is 4. Here it is 3. On the next line, it is 2. And on the very next line, it is 1. Do you find any relation between number of spaces and the row number? Any kind of difference you can find here? Yes, guys, any connection? If you will try to observe it in a better way, you will see here that number of spaces on the first row is 1. Okay. Total number of columns, you can say, were 5. Let me write. Number of columns here are 5. On the first row, 4 spaces are getting printed. On the second row, 3 spaces are getting printed. So you can notice that every time from total number of column, that is 5, the row number is getting subtracted. Sai Allah Parthi, like I'll call you Sai. Will it be okay? Okay, so row plus column is equals to 5. How did you found this relation? Is there anywhere you are finding this particular observation to be true? Can you explain? No. Number of rows equals to number of columns. Yeah, that is also correct. So what I'm just trying to say here, that total number of columns is nothing but you can say that it was your n, correct? The number given to you. So n is 5, and whenever you subtract the row number from it, it is giving you the number of spaces in that particular row. Now everyone is clear with this? Yes. So I will just write here a statement that number of spaces in each row is equals to n minus row number. Clear to everyone? Is it clear to everyone? Yes, good. Okay, now let's quickly try to write a loop for the spaces. Okay, I'll just write it in the corner. From where should I start my loop for the spaces? Can anyone help me with that? You can clearly see that the first character that we need to print is the space, right? We can't print the star first. So now you have to tell me the logic for the spaces. What should be the initialization, where it should start, where it should end. Does anyone want any hint? Does anyone want any hint? Vishnu, how can you run the loop from 5 to 1? You already know that your spaces are starting from 4 onwards. The first thing that I will try like to give you all the hint about is you all know that how many rows should be printed in your particular pattern. The number of rows to be printed is 5. So the very first loop you should start will be for the rows, and it should start from 1 and it should go till n. Don't take it as 5. Start using the terminology for n, okay? N is the total number of, like whatever number you have been given. Now you know the row number, okay? According to the row number, we have found the conclusion as well. We have found the conclusion for the spaces, that number of spaces in each row is equals to n minus row number. Now can anyone help me with the logic for the spaces? Guys, be attentive and tell me what should be the logic for the spaces. Okay, good. Finally, I got an answer. If according to, okay, Vishnu, if it will be n minus 1, then you can say that for every particular row, you will be running the spaces for 4 times. But is it running for 4 times for every row? This row number is variable, right? For every row, it is gonna vary. Are you getting my point? Yes. So instead of this 1, what should be the case? It should be I. Is it clear to you now? Vishnu, is it clear?
Yeah.
All right, that's great. So now I can apply here two techniques. I can either initialize my I with 1 or I can initialize my I with n minus I. Both will work, but I am going in the reverse order because you know that it is going from 4 to 1, 3 to 1, 2 to 1. So I'm going to take it in a different way. I greater than or equals to 1 and I, sorry, not I, j, and j minus minus. Clear to everyone the second loop? Is it clear to you guys? Good. And here, should I write SOP or SOPLN? SOP because, no, it's not should be SOPLN, guys, SOP, because you just need to print the space and that too on the same line. Now this for loop is closed, okay? For loop is closed. You have printed 4 spaces successfully and now you need 1 star. So now you have to start your loop for the stars. Can anyone help me with the star stuff? I guess the star printing is gonna be easy because you guys already know that how you are gonna do that thing, right?
That will be same as like for I equal to 1 to n.
Correct. So here, you know that for every particular row, the number of stars is equals to the row number. So you can just simply take another loop. No question. It should not be directly like SOPLN because for different lines, number of stars are increasing, right? So you should keep that in mind. You should start your K with, let's suppose 1. You can continue your K till K less than or equals to your row number and K plus plus. Then you can again write your SOP statement and print the star. Close it, and after doing both the stuffs, you need to write SOPLN outside that because after printing a line, you need to change the line. And at the end, close the main for loop. I hope everyone is clear with this particular code. How many in the class are still not clear? I just want the voting because I just want to know, okay, how much I need to improve my way of explaining to you guys so that at once everyone is able to get it. So don't hesitate because now you are a part of this group. You have already paid your fees, so don't let it waste. Take the maximum benefit of it and utilize it to the maximum, okay? So I'm saying this for your own benefit. How many of you didn't understood what I explained just now? Um, yeah, we can also write that, Jyotsna. It will be fine. I guess, Shekhar, it is the final Zoom meeting link, and if there will be any changes, then you all are added in the Telegram group, right? So you will be getting the further updates. I hope it's clear. Okay, so I have not got anyone who will say that I have not understood, but still I am doing the tracing part here right now. And how many of you want me to write the code for this? On the Eclipse, obviously. Okay, not required, but some of you are saying required. How many of you want the tracing part? Dry run here, okay. I'll do both of them. After dry run, if you all are able to understand, you just tell me. I won't then write the code. All right. So let's start. Your I will be initialized as 1. Your N is 5. So it will check the condition is 1 less than or equals to 5. Obviously, it will pass. It will come inside this loop and say that j is equals to n minus 1. So your j will be initialized as n minus I, that is 5 minus 1, which is equals to 4. It will check whether 4 is greater than 1. Yes, it is greater than 1. It will come in and print a space. So your one space will be printed. For spaces, I am just denoting this particular hyphen. So assume that as an space. Next, again, it will go up because it is in a for loop. It will go and reduce the value of j. Now j value will become, it was already 4. Now it will become 4 minus 1. That is 3. Again, it will check this condition. Is 3 greater than or equals to 1? Yes, it is. So again, one space more will be printed. After printing, it will again go up, reduce the value of j. J's value will become 2 now. Okay. Again, it will check is 2 greater than or equals to 1? Yes, correct. One more space. Again, it will go up. The value will now become 1. Again, it will check 1 greater than or equals to 1. It matches. It will come in and print another space. Everyone, are you clear? Okay. Now, for the next time when it will go up, it will reduce j further. And here it will come as 1 minus 1. That is 0. When now it will go up, it will check is 0 greater than or equals to 1. Condition will fail here and this loop will, like, it will exit the loop and it will go on to the next loop. Clear everyone? We have got our 4 space printed. For the next time, k will be initialized and k is initialized as 1. Okay. Now it will check k is less than or equals to I. Your I was 1. So it will check if 1 is less than or equals to 1. Condition is true. It will come in and print the star. So now you have got the very first line of your particular pattern printed. Clear everyone? Similarly, now we will see the loop run for the next time. But now after once star is executed, it will go up again, increase the value of k and k will become 2. Once it has become 2, it will go here and check if 2 is less than or equals to 1. Is 2 less than 1? Obviously 2 is not less than 1. Now the cursor will exit from this loop, change the line, and now it will again go up and increase the value of I. I hope everyone is clear so far. Now here your I value will become 2. Again, it will check if 2 is less than or equals to 5. It is correct. The cursor will come in. Your j will be now initialized to n was 5. 5 minus 2, that is 3. So this entire loop will rerun again. And here your value, sorry, yeah, your value will be 5 minus 2, that is 3. Clear, everyone? Now it will check if 3 is greater than or equals to 1. Yes, it is. So it will print one space. Again, it will go up, reduce the value of j. J value will become 2 now. Again, it will print one space. It will reduce the value of j once again. It will become 1. Lastly, it will check 1 is greater than or equals to 1. Correct. And it will print one more space. Once j value will become 0, it will compare. Obviously, the comparison will fail. It will come out and it will enter into the kth loop. K will again be initialized with 1. Okay. Now it will check if k is less than or equals to I. K value is 1 and i's value is now 2. It is less, so it will print 1 star. Now the cursor will go up again, increase the value of k. K value will become 2 now. Now it will check is 2 less than or equals to 2. It is equal, so it will enter and print one more star. For the next time when it will go up, increase the value of k. K will become 3. When it will do the comparison, it will check if 3 is less than or equals to 2. Is it correct or no? The value will fail. Okay. As soon as the value fails, the cursor will come out. It will change the line and again it will go up. So I hope you all understood that how the code is running. So whenever you're facing any kind of these questions, the pattern questions, always try to print them in a serial order. Like you try to print it line by line. Don't think that, okay, this is such a huge pattern, how I'm gonna print it. See a particular line, try to find a pattern and print it. Clear, everyone? Okay, great. So now how many of you want me to write the code for the same? Don't hesitate. If anyone wants, I can just write it. Please write it. Okay. Let me just open my IDE. Are you all able to see my ID? I will take a static value right now. Int n equals to 5. I'll just call here and pass n in it. If anyone is getting any doubts, you can just in the meanwhile ask it. unmute yourself or ask, or you can write your message or ask. You have got the time for that, okay?
I have one basic question.
Mm-hmm.
Supposing if you declare int n instead of int n equal to 5 as integer,
Uh, can you repeat the same thing, what you said right now?
on line number 5,
Mm-hmm.
instead of int n equal to 5, we put it as integer n equal to 5, and then change the parameter accordingly. Um, main confusion is passing by ref, uh, where the value, when we pass it through the reference, does it modify the calling n which is outside?
Can you come again? Like you are saying that I should convert it to the integer. I converted it. Then you said that I should be changing the passing parameter. Is it?
Yes, 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 yes.
So I should be changing your integer again.
Yeah.
Okay, I changed it then.
Um, so actually, my conceptual question, it's not related to just this, is the returning or the value of n inside this method will keep changing, but outside in the calling method, will it be
No, it won't change.
outside? It won't change.
Probably
Okay.
it should not. Just if you have such kind of doubt, you can just
Okay.
try printing it. Okay. So I'll just print here in and we'll see if it works or not. Okay.
Okay.
So let me just run this particular thing. Oops. So here it is. You have got your pattern. Okay, everyone, you can see the pattern is printed in a correct way. And Vishnu, your answer, like your question was that n value won't be the same. So n value is still the same. Okay. Is it clear?
Yeah.
So anyone having any other doubt? Yes, no, anything?
I mean, one of the thing is that how did you
Mhm.
come with this idea of n minus 1 going till 1? Because similar thing will happen with a complicated pattern. Yeah.
The
Well,
see, the thing is very, very simple. I told you that whenever you're solving these kind of questions, try to observe them line by line. Okay. So I didn't come up with the idea like just seeing it and I told that okay, I know this. You can also see this and find it. You got to know that for every particular row, the stars are one. So okay, the number of stars are equal to the row number. It was clear to you, correct?
mhm.
And for every row, you also saw that for the first row, the number of spaces are 4. For the second row, the number of spaces are 3. For the third row, the number of spaces are 2, then 1, and then ultimately it is 0. Clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can come up with the idea now that linearly it is decreasing,
Right.
correct? And if you see that also that here number of star was 1, total number of characters are 5 in the particular row, 1 is star and the remaining are spaces. Here 2 are stars and the remaining are spaces. Overall, you know that total number of characters printed in a row are 5. That you
Yeah.
can clearly see.
Yeah.
So total characters minus number of stars, or you can say the row number, is giving you your spaces.
Yeah.
That was the thing to observe. Clear?
Yeah.
You still seems to be confused. Is there any other doubt?
No.
Instead of n minus a, we can use only n. Shekhar, I'm not clear with your question. Okay. Yeah, it can work actually. It will work, Shekhar. You can just try and print it. It will work out. Guys, any other doubts? It depends from person to person. Like Shekhar, you told your particular approach because you were able to see it. So that is easy. So guys, Shekhar's approach is that why not we start like this particular space printing for loop from n. I initialize it with n, and every time I should run it up to I only. Okay. That is for the first row, I is 1. So it should run only up to like 1. It should not go beyond that. Shikhar, is it that? Not equals to. It should be j greater than I. For the next, I is 2. So it should run for the remaining parts. And similarly, for everything, it is he's saying that. Everyone, are you able to understand this?
No, I didn't get it. So the inner loop should be J, the inner loop or outer loop? Are you talking about?
Outer loop is the same. He is talking about the space printing. Okay.
Yeah,
So space printing he is talking about that why not we always start our loop with a constant that is n, or you can say that is 5. Clear?
yeah.
He's saying the comparing condition always should be that okay, j started from 5 but up to where it should go. So it should go till j greater than I. That is it ran for 5, it will run for 4, it will run for 3, it will run for 2. But since I is 1, when j will also become 1, it should not run. It should not print the space for that time.
Oh, okay.
Clear? Is it clear to you?
No, again, like instead of putting one, we should put I. Is that the thing? J is greater than or equal to I.
Sorry guys. Actually, I was speaking and I didn't notice I was on mute. So I was saying that in this particular pattern, you all know that every particular row is printing 5 elements,
Yeah,
correct? Then out of these 5 elements, you all have like find out a particular observation that number of stars in every row is equals to the row number. You are clear with this logic as well? Clear?
yes, yes,
But now you all also know that if star has their own space, the remaining particular elements are occupied by the spaces. Like if there is one star, the remaining positions are occupied by spaces.
yeah,
Correct?
yeah,
So Shekhar's idea is that we always know that there are gonna be 5 elements for sure. So he is initializing the inner loop with 5. Clear?
yeah,
Next, what he is doing that he's saying only number of spaces can be printed up to it is greater than I. As soon as it touches I, then there is no space beyond that, correct? Because then we have to print the star.
Yeah.
Are you clear? So
Yeah.
he's saying that that is the scope for printing the number of spaces. Is it clear now?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was his logic. Good, Shaker. It is a good thing. See, everyone, those who have not understood, I'm again explaining. You can print total 5 elements. So what he's saying that you can print your spaces up to I, not up to I, like a number ahead of I. As soon as it touches I, you need to stop. So this makes it easier for him to write his code. So everyone who feels like, okay, this is much more understandable, you can write your code in this. Is it clear, guys?
So one thing comes to my mind is, after the blank spaces,
Mhm.
we still need another loop for stars.
Correct. You have that loop, right? That he's not changing that loop.
Okay.
He's keeping the same loop that int k equals to 1 and k less than equals to I and k plus plus. That will remain same. He's just changing the logic for the space part. Clear?
Okay.
Anyone else in the class who has doubt with whatever I've explained or not?
So the difference from the previous approach is replacing less than equal to 1 to just I.
Correct. Like previous approach, I was using n minus I, and here he has just like whatever 5 he has written, just keep in mind it is not 5, it is n. Okay. So don't just make it as 5.
Right, right, right. Got it.
Everyone, do you have any doubts now? I'm again asking. Okay, if you don't have any doubts, then you have task for today. Just try to finish it because I have explained these today. Your n is given as 5 and you need to print this triangle. Your n is given to you as 5 and you need to print. Okay, this is the task for you. Do anyone want any more task? I can give more.
Yeah.
Okay. Try to print this and try printing this as well. All right. So these are like, I am assuming that these are quite an easy task for you right now. You all can do it pretty well. So try to finish it by tomorrow and I'll see you all in the tomorrow's session. And yeah, we will continue pattern for 2 to 3 days to finish the like all the type of patterns which can be covered. And then we will move on to the next topic, that is array.
Madam, the last number is n equal to 3 or n equal to 5?
N equals to 3. This one, no?
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah, this
rows.
is 3.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, guys, anyone having any doubts now? I'm just going to close off the session. So if you have, you can just tell me right now. Otherwise, I'll just go.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, Shekhar.
Yes, ma'am. Few days ago, you told that you will be sharing this Microsoft Whiteboard link in that group so that we can
Correct.
access whatever be the notes. So can you please drop that link in that group so
Yeah,
that
yeah,
we
yeah.
can?
Sure. I'll just ping you all the link right now.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Please share it. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. So thank you everyone for today's
Good night,
session.
ma'am. Good night.
Good night. Thank you all.
Thank you.
and have a nice day. Bye.
You can drop this in this chat as well, like
You
Zoom
are in the
chat.
Telegram group, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. Then I'll be sharing it there. Okay. Thank you.
Okay then. Bye.
Bye.